try our new app right now, furgpt.com. I click at the link at the top line of.
And we're back. Don't forget to check out our sponsor for this video. It's Fur GPT. You can click the link at the top line of the description to download the app right now. You thought Chat GPT was the best? Well, my developers came up with something called Fur GPT for all you pet lovers. Click the link at the top of the description and look through it. And I guarantee you, you're going to love this particular app. So I came across the video. I was scrolling through on Twitter by a TikToker goes by the name of Real Dot Takes, and the title is "The Blatant Bias in NFL QB Discourse." Josh Allen. Now, I'm glad because when we do it, us brothers, they say we pulling a race card and we doing this. I never really heard anybody of the other persuasion, the Caucasian persuasion, say it at this level that this guy's about to say. A salute to him for pointing it out. And it takes real balls, I think, to really admit when something is what it is. Everybody else is going to use every other excuse to get away from it. He jumped right in the fire. So let's play what he said and we'll engage it.
Reigning Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts has in his entire playoff career, which spans 10 games. And I'm not here to compare the two quarterbacks, but rather the reactions from the media and NFL fans. Be as blunt as possible. I'm talking about blatant racism from the NFL media and some fans when talking about the performance of black quarterbacks versus talking about someone like Josh Allen. We can start with the media in general, where the overwhelming emotion for Josh Allen seems to be pity. Josh was very upset. I'm not clowning him for that. I understand. He knows that he single-handedly lost this game for his team, and he took accountability. See, when NFL analysts like Chase Daniel talk about the Eagles, they say at some point we're going to have to look at the quarterback and not the scheme. Josh Allen is about to turn 30 years old. He's allegedly the unanimous QB1 in the NFL, right? And he has won absolutely nothing. Then you see how Chase Daniel talks about Josh Allen. Feel absolutely awful for him. Seems like the same ending every single year for him. Why is that? And he says, forget all the turnovers. This man threw 2 interceptions. He fumbled 3 times. They were able to recover 1 of them, but that is 5 times putting the ball in harm's way. He talks about this throw where Josh Allen had Dawson Knox wide open for a game-winning touchdown. He just misses him, which reminds me of the 2-point conversion when they played the Eagles this year, where he just missed a wide open Khalil Shakir. It should have won them the game, and the Eagles won that game because Josh Allen fumbled the ball. That is the difference in the game. This man who has never won an overtime game consistently puts the ball into harm's way. It is his Achilles heel as a quarterback. It is why I would never want Josh Allen as my quarterback. He is a poor decision maker oftentimes when it matters. Yeah, and NFL talking heads will talk about anything except for Josh. The thing is, Josh Allen is most likely never going to win a Super Bowl because when it matters, Josh Allen will give you the ball as an opponent. Okay, it does happen. Plenty of great quarterbacks have never won a Super Bowl, but there are quarterbacks who, when they have games like that are bad, get absolutely crucified by the media, right? Like Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, who last year outperformed Josh Allen head-to-head. Josh did absolutely nothing in this game. The Bills only won that game because Mark Andrews choked and decided he could not catch the ball multiple times, this one being in the end zone. The other funny thing is I heard all last year the Eagles only won because they had the best running back in football last year in Saquon Barkley, and they had the best offensive line, right? This year, the Bills had the #1 rushing attack in football with James Cook leading the way. And they had the #1 most elite offensive line in the entire playoffs, right? They were set up just like the Eagles were, right? Except, see, in the Super Bowl, Saquon Barkley did absolutely nothing. 2.3 yards per carry, 0 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, 11 carries, 72 yards, 1 touchdown. 17 of 22 for 220 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 pick, which was basically a punt. That's why Jalen Hurts won the Super Bowl MVP against the dynasty of this era in the Kansas City Chiefs and an elite defense. Ironically, one of the Eagles' biggest problems this year was the health of the offensive line. Cam Jurgens was hurt basically the whole year, as was Landon Dickerson. They were both awful. Lane Johnson was hurt for the playoffs. Eagles' O-line is one of the main reasons the Tush push struggled this year. They ran it the most, but this 64%, I believe, is below the conversion rate for the typical quarterback sneak. So after all the fuss from teams, ironically, like the Buffalo Bills, Sean McDermott was the loudest opponent of the Tush push. He made all that noise, and they ran it 27 times, and they almost never failed. failed. See, where are the calls for Josh Allen being a tush push merchant? He scored so many touchdowns this year with the tush push. Through the air, he had 25 touchdowns and 10 picks. That is not special, right? That's the narrative you used against Jalen Hurts, right? He had all those rushing touchdowns, so it doesn't matter that they drove the team down the field to the goal line. All it matters is it was a tush push, right? Why don't we talk about Josh Allen the same way as we talk about Jalen Hurts? The funny thing is I have to listen to a lot of morons talk about Jalen Hurts as if they watch football or the Eagles, right? But all they do is look at box scores, because I understand who is calling the plays in Philadelphia and the effect it's had on the offense. And now Patullo is gone. Next year will not be the same. With the season on the line, Kevin Patullo ran essentially 4 go routes. He had these 2 receivers on the inside run into each other. So we had 5 defenders in a ball and then just 2 straight lines on the outside. This is what they drew up on 4th and 11 with the season on the line. It's not just Jalen Hurts that gets talked about in this way or just Lamar Jackson. I watched Caleb Williams get mocked over and over again for his 2 years in the league, except now he's doing well and everyone wants to jump on the bandwagon. See, if tonight he has a bad game, everyone will mock him relentlessly. Again, I guarantee far more than Josh Allen. This has been true throughout history. I'm in Philadelphia. I watched them do this to Donovan McNabb. The media was brutal to that man. I'm not saying one quarterback's better than the other. You have to like one more. All I'm asking is for fairness.
Donovan McNabb, Rodney Peete, Randall Cunningham, Michael Vick, and now Jalen Hurts. The man broke down everything so eloquently, gave us facts behind it, gave us real life stuff behind it. We don't have a problem with the criticism. We just know it's unfair and biased and sometimes downright racist. The way that you guys coddle and the way that you guys attack. You coddle the white, you attack the black. Why is it so hard for us just to admit that? We act like this country didn't come from a long history of racism and prejudice. We act like it just went away all of a sudden because time went past and we're integrated now. No. There's still remnants of it. Not even remnants, blatant examples of it in all areas of our life. And for us to ignore it, I think it's one of the biggest issues right now plaguing this country, but we sweep it under the rug. And we can't sit up here and act like it doesn't, subconsciously people are not, giving their thoughts and stuff. For example, Chase Dan, you feel so bad for him. Forget the turnovers. Like, how could you forget the turnovers? But on the other hand, a guy that just won a Super Bowl and the Super Bowl MVP, all of a sudden now we got to start looking at the quarterback. Why don't we got to look at the quarterback for Buffalo when this guy is a turnover machine? A turnover machine. If he doesn't turn the football over, they probably win the game. Matter of fact, they win the game. But we can't give them that type of criticism. And then the next day, they move the goalposts and say, well, oh, he don't have nobody around him. We debunk that all day long. The top offensive line, the top running attack, a top 10 defense. What more do you need? Especially if you're so special and you're so gifted, you're God's gift to earth. You don't have the weapons. Well, the tight end was wide open. Why did he miss him? So that everything that you guys want to say, you kill yourself with your own tongue. Because if he makes that pass to a wide open, I don't know if it was Dalton Kincaid, one of those tight ends, seen the film. We're not even having this discussion. He's playing this week in the NFC Championship in New England. But he couldn't get it done. And it's a pattern. In close games, he cannot get it done. Jalen Hurts is the guy that can get it done, but they say he's so limited. I keep saying it, he's limited. He can't do this. He can't do that. He can't make this throw. He can't make that throw. Why is he able to win? And they say, well, he got the look at his supporting cast. Well, we just showed you what Josh Allen had. We showed you that you have weapons. So again, why, if these guys are so superior, why would they need what Jalen Hurts needs to win when he's so limited? Nobody can answer that question. Why would they need that? Because I got the biggest arm in the world. I can make throws behind my back. If a guy's open, I'm not going to miss him because I'm Josh Allen. But the reality is he did miss him. And he's not as great as people think he is. That's the reality. And I'm sorry that Josh Allen got to get the brunt of this shit, but it is what it is. Everybody feels sorry for him. He crying up there, and cool. We get the passion. We all players. We all in the sports. We love it. We love competitive spirit. We up there crying. But had that been somebody else, oh, he can't control his emotions. Oh, I think we need to move off of him. Oh, I think we need to, it's a rift going on between this person and that person. AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts, you never heard them say nothing negative, but the media, right, all of a sudden wanted to make a rift between them. They wanted to make a Donovan McNabb TO part 2. Look at the way they're going on CJ Stroud. They're asking whether or not he's the quarterback for the team. Well, he's been just as far as Josh Allen has been. Now, Josh Allen did go to the AFC Championship game, but he lost. He got his coach fired. So if you ask me today, you can say all you want about who's better. If you ask me who I'm taking Jalen Hurts over Josh Allen. You know why? Because I know Jalen Hurts is not going to lose me the game and turn the football over. I know that. I know that for a fact. I know one thing for certain, Josh Allen is going to turn the football over at a clip. And the same team that complained about tush pushing is doing tush pushing, but nobody says nothing when Josh Allen gets his 1 yard, 2 yard touchdowns. But they clown Jalen Hurts about that tush push merchant. So we continuously keep banging home the facts because look, I'm glad somebody, again, a Caucasian person had to come out and just say it. Because when we say it, oh, you playing a race card. Oh, why you got to bring up race? It has nothing to do with race. Then you got guys out there with shows that do nothing but attack Jalen Hurts. It's nobody else's fault. They say, well, everybody thinks, does the quarterback not have anything to do with it? I mean, it's a team game. But everybody can see, players, coaches, analysts, that the coordinator sucked. So why are you continuously trying to put the onus and all the pressure on Jalen Hurts? We all wear it. It's a team game. But y'all want him to be the sole reason why they lose. And then when they win, he's not the sole. He was carried. But then you got Sam Darnold, who threw for 100-something yards. And now he's told Mr. Amazing. He's not being carried. You see how we do this? So when Jalen Hurts loses, he's the big reason. But when he wins, oh, he got AJ, he got Smitty, he got 2,000-yard rusher. I heard one guy try to say, like, Jalen needs everything to be perfect to succeed. That was just like the dumbest thing to say. Yes, you need things to be in order. Joe Burrow couldn't win with a shit offensive line. Every team that's won a Super Bowl were loaded with talent. We're loaded. Look at Kirk Warner when he won. The Chiefs when they won. The team that makes a Super Bowl this year, they're loaded with talent. Stafford has 2 of the top receivers in the league, bro. A good running game, a good coach, a good offensive line, a good defensive line. Loaded. And it's how long did it take him to win? But Jalen been 2 of them 1-1, outdo the best quarterback. And he still got to fight, scratch, and claw for his respect, man. Y'all don't see how that shit look crazy? I mean, scratching and clawing for his respect. To the point last year, you had clowns talking about Tanner McKee. And one dude said, oh, they heard they was messing with Eskin's kids. F Howard Eskin. I don't support nobody going at his kids, but F him because he is one of those guys like Silly Ho who wants to continue to push this narrative. Like he got a hard on for this guy. Like they got penis envy or something to Jalen Hurts. Like, what's wrong, bro? You keep pushing the envelope, it's the quarterback, it's Jalen. And then he wins and shuts everybody up. And now y'all still mad. Because if he's so limited, he shouldn't have been able to do what he did. I don't give a hell who's your receivers. And now the thing is, what it's not you can't read defensive. What's the thing? Processing, like all these things to try to attack our intelligence. He can't. He's not a processor. He doesn't play on time. And then my man Joe Dosman shut ball down. Was like, now what do you mean on time? And then they say, oh, he played from the pocket. He's 70% from the pocket. He's a 70% career winner. So every argument that they got You knock it out of the park every single time. And that's what exposes their bias and some prejudice and some racism with some of the commentators. Did CJ play bad? Hell yeah. Did Josh play bad? Hell yeah. We can criticize that. But Josh was supposed to be this big, strapping, all-American lad, right? With the big arm. Nobody can make these throws. Only 2 people can make these throws. They're referring to Josh Allen. But when he cost his team the game, they blame everybody else. The offensive lineman could have fell on the ball. He got strip sacked. They excuse it, but let it be Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson. Oh, they all in. They all in. I think we need to start really looking at, who's gonna be the quarterback of the future. I don't think he can process. I don't think he's very limited. Where is he limited? Where? Because last time I checked, he put the ball in AJ Brown's hand and he dropped it. He dropped it. So that's my thoughts on this. Might as well talk about the AJ situation real quick. Because at this point, I'm kind of getting sick of everything with the AJ